Good morning, and welcome to Bible in a Year as we are on day 58 as we explore from Genesis to Revelation in 365 days. My name is Pastor Jay Lutz, and today we are continuing in our period of desert wanderings as we go through the adventure timeline created by Jeff Cavins. We're going to be exploring Numbers chapter 7, Deuteronomy chapter 7, and Psalm 92. Now, number 7 talks about the consecration and dedication of the furnishings of the tabernacle. Remember, this is the tent of meeting, along with the offerings used for the dedication of the tabernacle. Deuteronomy chapter 7, the Lord presents Moses the ways by which the Israelites are to drive out the nations before them when they enter the promised land, the land of Canaan. And lastly, Psalm 92 is a psalm for the Sabbath day. This is a psalm of praise and thanksgiving. Let's start. Numbers chapter 7. When Moses finished setting up the tabernacle, he anointed and consecrated it and all its furnishings. He also anointed and consecrated the altar and all its utensils. Then the leader of Israel, the heads of the family, who were the tribal leaders in charge of those who counted, made offerings. They brought as their gift before the Lord 6 covered carts and 12 oxen, an ox from each leader, and a cart from each 2. These they presented before the tabernacle. The Lord said to Moses, "Accept these from them, that they may be used in the work at the tent of meeting. Give them to the Levites as each man's work required." So Moses took the cart and oxen and gave them to the Levites. He gave 2 carts and 4 oxen to the Gershonites as their work required. He gave 4 carts and 8 oxen to the Merarites as their work required. They were also under the direction of Ithamar, son of Aaron, the priest. But Moses did not give any to the Kohathites, because they were to carry on their shoulders the holy things for which they were responsible. When the altar was anointed, the leaders brought their offerings for its dedication and presented them before the altar. The one who brought his offering on the first day was Nahshon, son of Amminadab, of the tribe of Judah. His offering was 1 silver plate weighing 130 shekels, and 1 silver sprinkling bowl weighing 70 shekels, both according to the sanctuary shekel, each filled with fine flour mixed with oil as grain offering. 1 gold dish weighing 10 shekels, filled with incense, 1 young bull, 1 ram, and 1 male lamb, a year old, for a burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, and 2 oxen, 5 ram, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs, a year old, to be sacrificed as a fellowship offering. This was the offering of Nahshon, son of Amminadab. On the second day, Nathanael, son of Zuar, the leader of Issachar, brought his offering. The offering he brought was 1 silver plate weighing 130 shekels, and 1 silver sprinkling bowl weighing 70 shekels, both according to the sanctuary shekel, each filled with fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering. 1 gold dish weighing 10 shekels, filled with incense, 1 young bull, 1 ram, and 1 male lamb, a year old, for a burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, and 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, 5 male lambs, a year old, to be sacrificed as a fellowship offering. This was the offering of Nathanael, son of Zuar. On the third day, Eliab, son of Helon, the leader of the people of Zebulun, brought his offering. His offering was 1 silver plate weighing 130 shekels, 1 silver sprinkling bowl weighing 70 shekels, both according to the sanctuary shekel, each filled with fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering. 1 gold dish weighing 10 shekels, filled with incense, 1 young bull, one ram, and one male lamb a year old for a burnt offering, one male goat for a sin offering, and 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs a year old to be sacrificed as a fellowship offering. This was the offering of Eliab, son of Helon. On the 4th day, Eleazar, son of Shedeur, the leader of the people of Reuben, brought his offering. His offering was 1 silver plate weighing 130 shekels, and 1 silver sprinkling bowl weighing 70 shekels, both according to the sanctuary shekel, each filled with fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering, 1 gold dish weighing 10 shekels filled with incense, 1 young bull, 1 ram, and 1 male lamb a year old for a burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, and 2 oxen, 5 ram, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs a year old to be sacrificed as a fellowship offering. This was the offering of Eleazar, son of Shedeur. On the 5th day, Shelumiel, son of Zurishaddai, the leader of the people of Simeon, brought his offering. His offering was 1 silver plate weighing 130 shekels, 1 silver sprinkling bowl weighing 70 shekels, both according to the sanctuary shekel, each filled with fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering, 1 gold dish weighing 10 shekels filled with incense, 1 young bull, 1 ram, 1 male lamb a year old for a burnt offering, 1 male goat for sin offering, and 2 oxen, 5 ram, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs a year old to be sacrificed as a fellowship offering. This was the offering of Shelumiel, son of Zurishaddai. On the 6th day, Eliasaph, son of Deuel, the leader of the people of Gad, brought his offering. His offering was 1 silver plate weighing 130 shekels, 1 silver sprinkling bowl weighing 70 shekels, both according to the sanctuary shekel, each filled with fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering, 1 gold dish weighing 10 shekels, filled with incense, 1 young bull, 1 ram, and 1 male lamb a year old for a burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, and 2 oxen, 5 ram, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs a year old to be sacrificed as a fellowship offering. This was the offering of Eliasaph, son of Deuel. On the 7th day of Elishama, son of Ammihud, the leader of the people of Ephraim, brought his offering. His offering was 1 silver plate weighing 130 shekels, 1 silver sprinkling bowl weighing 70 shekels, both according to the sanctuary shekel, each filled with fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering, 1 gold dish weighing 10 shekels filled with incense, 1 young bull, 1 ram, 1 male lamb a year old for a burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, and 2 oxen, 5 ram, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs a year old to be sacrificed as a fellowship offering. This was the offering of Elishama, son of Ammihud. On the 8th day, Gamaliel, son of Pedazur, the leader of the people of Manasseh, brought his offering. His offering was 1 silver plate weighing 130 shekels, 1 silver sprinkling bowl weighing 70 shekels, both according to sanctuary shekel, each filled with fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering, the 1 gold dish weighing 10 shekels filled with incense, 1 young bull, 1 ram, and 1 male lamb a year old for a burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, and 2 oxen, 5 ram, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs a year old to be sacrificed as a fellowship offering. This was the offering of Gamaliel, son of Pedazur. On the 9th day, Abidan, son of Gideoni, the leader of the people of Benjamin, brought his offering. His offering was 1 silver plate weighing 130 shekels, 1 silver sprinkling bowl weighing 70 shekels, both according to sanctuary shekel, each filled with fine flour with oil as a grain offering, 1 gold dish weighing 10 shekels, filled with incense, 1 young bull, 1 ram, and 1 male lamb a year old for a burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, and 2 oxen, 5 ram, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs a year old to be sacrificed as a fellowship offering. This was the offering of Abidan, son of Gideoni. On the 10th day, this is like the 12 days of Christmas. They're all repeating themselves. On the 10th day, Ahiezer, son of Ammishaddai, the leader of the people of Dan, brought his offering. His offering was 1 silver plate weighing 130 shekel, and 1 silver sprinkled bowl weighing 70 shekels, both according to the sanctuary shekel, each filled with fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering. 1 gold dish weighing 10 shekels, filled with incense. 1 male bull, 1 ram, 1 male lamb a year old for a burnt offering. 1 young male goat for a sin offering, and 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs a year old to be sacrificed as a fellowship offering. This was the offering of Ahiezer, son of Ammishaddai. On the 11th day, Pagiel, son of Okran, the leader of the people of Asher, brought his offering. His offering was 1 silver plate weighing 130 shekels, 1 silver sprinkling bowl weighing 70 shekels, according to the sanctuary shekel, each filled with fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering. 1 gold dish weighing 10 shekels, filled with incense. 1 young bull, 1 ram, and 1 male lamb a year old for a burnt offering. 1 male goat for a sin offering, and 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs a year old to be sacrificed as a fellowship offering. This was the offering of Pagiel, son of Okran. On the 12th day, Ahira, son of Enan, the leader of the people of Naphtali, brought his offering. His offering was 1 silver plate weighing 130 shekel, 1 silver sprinkling bowl weighing 70 shekel, both according to the sanctuary shekel, each filled with fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering. 1 gold dish weighing 10 shekels, filled with incense. A young bull, a ram, a male lamb a year old for a burnt offering. 1 male goat for a sin offering. And 2 oxen, 5 ram, 5 male goats, 5 male lambs a year old to be sacrificed as fellowship offering. This was the offering of Ahira, son of Enan. These were the offerings of the Israelite leaders for the dedication of the altar when it was anointed: 12 silver plates, 12 silver sprinkling bowls, and 12 golden dishes. Each silver plate weighed 130 shekels, each sprinkling bowl 70 shekels. Altogether, the silver dish weighed 2,400 shekels, according to the sanctuary shekel. The 12 gold dishes filled with incense weighed 10 shekels each, according to the sanctuary shekel. Altogether, the gold dishes weighed 120 shekels. The total number of animals for the burnt offerings came to 12 young bulls, 12 rams, 12 male lambs a year old. Together with the grain offerings, 12 male goats were used for sin offerings. The total number of animals for the sacrifice fellowship offering came to 24 oxen, 60 rams, 60 male goats, and 60 male lambs a year old. These were the offerings for the dedication of the altar after it was anointed. When Moses entered the tent of meeting to speak to the Lord, he heard the voice speaking to him from between the 2 cherubim above the anointment cover on the ark of the testimony, and he spoke with him. Here ends our first reading. Hopefully the other readings aren't this long. Chapter 7, Deuteronomy. When the Lord your God brings you out of the land you entered to possess, and drives out before you many nations, the Hittites, Girgashites, Amorites, Canaanites, Perizzites, Hivites, Jebusites, 7 nations larger and stronger than you. And when the Lord your God has delivered them out over to you, and you have defeated them, then you must destroy them totally. Make no treaty with them, and show them no mercy. Do not intermarry with them. Do not give your daughters to their sons, or take their daughters for your sons, for they will turn your sons away from following me and serve other gods, and the Lord's anger will burn against you, and you'll quickly destroy you. This is what you are to do to them: break down their altars, smash their sacred stones, cut down their Asherah poles, and burn their idols in the fire. For you are a people holy to the Lord your God. The Lord your God has chosen you out of all the peoples on the face of the earth to be his people, his treasured possessions. The Lord did not set his affection on you and choose you because you are more numerous than other peoples, for you are the fewest of all peoples. But it was because of the Lord, but it was because the Lord loved you and kept the oath he swore to your forefathers, that he brought you out of the mighty hand and redeemed you from the land of slavery, from the power of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. Know therefore that the Lord your God is God. He is the faithful God, keeping his covenant of love to 1,000 generations of those who love him and keep his commandments. But those who hate him he will repay to their face by destruction. He will not be slow to repay to their face those who hate him. Therefore take care to follow the commandments, decrees, and laws I give you today. If you pay attention to these laws and are careful to follow them, then the Lord your God will keep your covenant of love with you, as he swore to your forefathers. He will love you and bless you and increase you and your numbers. He will bless the fruit of your womb, the crop of your land, your grains, your new wines and oils, the calves of your herds, the lambs of your flock, in the land that he swore to your forefathers to give you. You will be blessed more than any other people. None of your men or women will be childless, nor any of your livestock without young. The Lord will keep you free from every disease. He will not inflict you on this horrible disease you knew in Egypt, but he will inflict them on all who hate you. You must destroy all the peoples the Lord your God gives over to you. Do not look on them with pity, and do not serve their gods, for that will be a snare to you. You may say to yourselves, the nations are stronger than we are. How can we drive them out? But do not be afraid of them. Remember well that the Lord your God did to Pharaoh and to Egypt. You saw with your own eyes the great trials, miraculous signs and wonders, the mighty hand and outstretched arms with which the Lord your God brought you out. The Lord your God will do the same to all the people you now fear. Moreover, the Lord your God will send the hornets among them until even the survivors who hide from you will perish. Do not be terrified by them, for the Lord your God who is among you is a great and awesome God. The Lord your God will drive out those nations before you, little by little. He will not be allowed to eliminate them all at once, or the wild animals will multiply around you. But the Lord your God will deliver them over to you, throwing them into the great confusion until they have been destroyed. He'll give your kings into your hands, and you will wipe out their names from under heaven. No one will be able to stand up against you. You will destroy them. The images of their gods are to burn in the fire. Do not covet the silver or gold on them. Do not take it for yourselves, or you'll be ensnared by it, for it is detestable to the Lord your God. Do not bring a detestable thing into your house, or you, like it, will be set apart for destruction. Utterly abhor and detest it, for it is set apart for destruction. There ends our second reading. Our last is Psalm 92, a psalm for the Sabbath day. It is good to praise the Lord and make music to your name, O Most High, to proclaim your love to them in the morning and your faithfulness at night, to the music of the 10-string lyre and the melody of the harp. For you make me glad by your deeds, O Lord. I sing for joy at the works of your hands. How great are your works, O Lord! How profound your thoughts! The senseless man does not know. Fools do not understand that though the wicked spring like grass and all evildoers flourish, they will be forever destroyed. But you, O Lord, are exalted forever. For surely your enemies, O Lord, surely your enemies will perish. All evildoers will be scattered. You have exalted my horn like that of a wild ox. Fine oils have been poured upon me. My eyes have seen the defeat of my adversaries. My ears have heard the rout of the wicked foes. The righteous will flourish like a palm tree. They will grow like a cedar of Lebanon, planted in the house of the Lord. They will flourish in the courts of our God. They will still bear fruit in old age. They will stay fresh and green, proclaiming the Lord is upright. He is my rock, and there is no wickedness in him. Here ends our psalm. I love these psalms of praise. It talks about that those who are even in the places in which the people of God are, that they will bear fruit in their old age. They will grow like the cedars of Lebanon, and that just sings the praises of God. For he makes glad by our deeds. I sing for joy in the works of his hands. Sing for joy. It's good to proclaim God's love and his faithfulness morning and night. We looked before at God driving out the nations, and he gives some pretty strong promises to the people. He says to the people, when you wipe out these tribes, wipe them out completely. He says, because if you don't, they will make you turn your hearts, kind of like with Solomon. We'll see later on. they will turn your hearts away from God, because they'll eventually, your people will want to be intermarried with them, and you'll find ways to turn your back on me. And so he calls them to faithfulness, to wipe them out, kind of like God wiped out Egypt. And so God's calling them to do as he asks, in order that they might stay holy before God. And lastly, we hear about the offerings of the dedication of the tabernacle. Wow. Like I said, this is like the 12 days of Christmas we got here, but each one goes through the exact same thing that they brought towards the Lord. But it just shows the consistency of the people. And that, I mean, it's a beautiful thing when they all do the same things before the Lord, and that they were able to fill up the tabernacle and do a proper dedication to the Lord, and the Lord exalts them in this. It says at the very end that when Moses entered the tent of meeting to speak with the Lord, he heard the voice speaking to him between the two cherubim above the atonement cover on the ark of the testimony, and he spoke with him. So God is pleased with them, and him and Moses have this great relationship at this point in time, and we're just thankful that God is amongst him, and that he, like no other God, comes to live and abide with him. And that's a beautiful thing. May we continue to abide with our God like Moses, that we would have this personal relationship with him as we come to God in prayer, that we might come to know him more. I ask that you might pray for me as we go through this, as I pray for you, that you might grow in the wisdom and knowledge and fear of the Lord. Have a blessed day.